Thank you for joining me today. My name is David Wolpert, and I run SchooLinks Marketing. Today, I'm joined by Mike Kennedy from Huntley Community School District 158. Mike, can you tell me a little about your district?
Yeah, absolutely. So our district is located in the northwest suburbs of Chicago. We're a large unit district. We have 9 schools, approximately 9,000 students. We've launched SchooLinks just this year at our 2 middle schools and our 1 high school. These 3 schools account for about 5,000 students across the district. So a good chunk of our student bodies in those 3 schools. Since our launch with SchooLinks, which was in early November, we've had about 90% of our students complete the onboarding process and go through the Would You Rather assessment to begin their college and career journey.
That's fantastic. Why don't you tell us a little about yourself, what you do at the district, what you're responsible for?
Absolutely. So, in addition to SchooLinks, I'm also the director of Avid Grants and College and Career Readiness. So, I've been with District 158 since July 1st. So I've been here for about 7 months in this role. I've worked closely with our teams at the 3 schools in terms of implementing SchooLinks, but also with getting Avid programs up and running and also managing the multiple grants that we have that we're in charge of. So we've got about 16 grants. So in addition to all of that, also SchooLinks.
So we're so happy to have you on the SchooLinks platform. What made Huntley 158 look for a college and career readiness platform?
So we decided to look for one because really within our strategic plan, our district created a whole lot of college and career initiatives. And along with that, last year, one of our other directors, Dr. Megan Bagby, actually created a college and career readiness framework. That provided a lot of foundation for modern day college and career planning for our students. And as we know, lots of students are continuing to evolve in their learning, and we recognize that students have the opportunity to prepare for so many post-secondary paths after high school. So really what we were doing was we wanted something that would focus on workforce readiness, internship experiences, job shadowing, hands-on learning opportunities, in a way to kind of gather all of those experiences into a one-stop shop for our students. So in this framework, it was vital for us to have access to a tool that allowed our students to have access to these resources. And so last year, all of our counselors, teachers, administrators came forward saying, hey, we're not fully satisfied with the program that we were currently partnering with at that time. And so we started into that launch of looking for multiple different systems, and SchooLinks was ultimately the platform that we selected after that search.
And what was that evaluation process? Did you use teacher panels? Did you involve students? What did that process look like?
So we used mainly our teachers, our department chairs, and administrators. And so we evaluated SchooLinks against multiple other platforms. And basically, we got demo accounts for all these various platforms, and everybody got to dig in and play with all of them a little bit. And when it came down to it, we went with SchooLinks because it was the most visually appealing. The student and user interface was the most user-friendly, and it met our needs as a district ultimately. And so the others just came up a little bit short, where SchooLinks was able to stand out.
So it sounds like the biggest driver was that kind of user interface and experience. So it wasn't like one thing, it was the overall experience of using SchooLinks.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, SchooLinks was the total package when we were looking at this, and we've been really happy with our experience so far. So we really wanted something that had a really eye-catching and appealing user interface and experience for the user, for the students, and ultimately make it easier for teachers and administrators as well. So we were looking at a platform that could assist with all the required tracking that we had to do as well. So within the state of Illinois, we have a lot of college and career readiness indicators that we need to track, and college and career pathway endorsements. And the other platforms just didn't offer a way to gather all those materials into a one-stop shop. So the platform offers our students just a real modern experience as well to engage with self-assessments and various search processes. So this could be for colleges, could be for scholarships, could be for careers. It kind of encompasses all of that, and it's really easy to find what they're looking for within the system. So this mimics a lot of other modern day tools that we are providing our students. And so we really wanted something that could really be an accent to all of those for our parents and students in the community. And this really highlights a lot of things that we're focusing on. Again, focusing on college and career, making that a district-wide initiative, building it into our strategic plan, and additionally looking at innovation and blended learning and personalized pathways and personalized education and engaging with our workforce more and trying to figure out what would be a good platform to be, again, as I said, that one-stop shop. And SchooLinks was able to do that, as we could have our parents engage with the system, our students, our teachers, and even our employee partners be able to get in on some of this fun too.
And so you knew you needed a new system, you decided on SchooLinks because of that ease of use as well as that advanced reporting. What was the implementation process like? Was it, tough, easy? What did that end up looking like?
Our implementation process has been very smooth. So at the beginning of this year, we actually did launch another software program that had the word school in the title. And so we thought that it would be really challenging at the time if we launched that platform and SchooLinks at the same time, as parents and what teachers, students might get confused of which did what and what you did in each tool. So we held off a little bit for the first few months of the school year, and we really utilized that time to go through training, build the system in the background, behind the scenes, all the while working very closely with our implementation manager, Jessica, who's just been fantastic. And by early November, we felt comfortable launching SchooLinks. And so we were able to, in early November, set up some advisory lessons around the launching of SchooLinks. And that was how we got a majority of that 90% of our students through the onboarding and the Would You Rather assessment. And it also happened that coincided with parent-teacher conferences. So we were also able to launch parent codes out ahead of time. And then we were able to utilize that time parent-teacher conferences to help our parents link themselves to their student accounts as well.
Interesting. I feel like I love talking to districts. I don't hear a lot of districts launching, kind of in that early November timeframe. Was it a positive reaction from the students and the parents and your staff?
It was a great reaction. To be honest, it was very positive. When we first launched it, we actually had some teachers that said that they actually had to close students' Chromebooks during class because they were just kept digging in and wanted to do more and wanted to keep playing around with all of it. Because again, they knew what they were able to look for. They had that search bar on the side and they were able to just dig into the various resources. So since that initial rollout, we continue to have students logging in on a consistent basis, searching for colleges, favoriting careers, building their resumes, utilizing all the features that SchooLinks has to offer, and really we're focusing now kind of on building out that curriculum, that scope and sequence, and utilizing some of those other features in there to help our older students, our juniors and seniors, really look at that return on investment on college and career.
And I know that you're one of our districts that are using the kind of public course catalog, course selection, course planning tool. Was that rolled out as well? Have you been seeing some positive usage there?
Absolutely. So we continued to build that up on the background a little bit. We just launched that in early January to our students. The course catalog in SchooLinks was actually fairly easy to build out and put together and navigate. Again, I've kind of worked in some of these systems before, and that can really be a challenging process. And we were able, again, to work closely with our implementation manager and the SchooLinks team in order to get our initial data in and then make any additional corrections that we needed to that. So we've built this out into a great tool for our students in order to create 4-year plans. So right now they are using this more so as a tool for that planning purpose because we're not quite utilizing it to register for courses. We hope to actually get there within the next year or two. But right now we are using this as a way to help students search for courses, identify which are dual credit, which are AP, which earn them college credit, which ones have a fee attached to them. How these integrate into the various academies and pathways that we offer. And it's really made the ability for students to create 4-year plans very simple because they can look at which academies and pathways they choose to complete, and then they can look at which electives and other courses can then integrate into those programs as well.
That's fantastic, and I'll definitely be following up with you in a year or two to find out how that evolution is going into actually allowing students to do their 1 and 4 year planning on SchooLinks as well.
Absolutely.
How about your staff? So the students seem to love it. They're being forced to get off of it. How's your staff reacting to it? Are they enjoying it? Are they being more effective and more efficient in their time because of SchooLinks?
Yeah, so we've been able to work together. And like I said, we were able to spend, luckily, that first part of the year really getting a lot of that training, doing some of that learning that we needed to do in order to really hit that implementation time frame and have a successful launch. So as a tool, this has been utilized in many areas and many different classrooms in the 612 area. So SchooLinks is mainly our vehicle that's helping guide all of our conversations, building curriculum, and engaging our students in the college and career process. So if students are having a conversation about, in creative communications class about their future, well, let's get them into SchooLinks first. Let's have them do a little research. Let's actually see what that future looks like, feels like. And so that way they have more information in order to have those conversations. So it's been a great tool to bring into the classroom, and we're finding lots of different ways that it can be utilized through multiple different curriculum.
So can you share any metrics around how it's actually going? I mean, I know districts have become very data centric over the last, couple of years. So is there any KPIs that you can talk about how the implementation and the rollout and how the usage is going?
Absolutely. So as I mentioned earlier, to help with the process, we created that college and career framework here in District 158. So that outlined a 3-year strategic plan related to college and career readiness that allowed for us to integrate SchooLinks platform into our various systems. So in year 1, we set the goal of having 90% of our students get onboarded and complete other career cluster assessments. That's that would you rather assessment. So I'm excited to say that we are really close to reaching that goal after only 2 months of our actual launch. We've actually had 90% of our students, over 90% of our students go through the onboarding, and we're about 88 to 89% of going through that would you rather assessment. So approximately 10% of our students had already completed these tasks actually before we launched in November. Since SchooLinks is just another thing that exists on their ClassLink account, when they would log in, they saw this new thing kind of pop up. And so they started clicking in and going through it. So in reality, we've been able to catch a lot of students, but many students were already digging in and playing with it before they even knew what it was. But they were able to get in, log in, and continue to use it because, again, it was eye-catching, it was user-friendly, and they were able to do what they knew they wanted to do. So really in semester 2, we're going to be engaging with our counselors and teachers. We're going to continue to build out that curriculum and that scope and sequence so that way we can integrate more of SchooLinks lessons into practice in next school year. So we also have more students building out 4-year plans with our course catalog. And so we're just hoping that in semester 2, we can build out our year 2 plan. And then year 2, we'll continue to dig in even deeper for year 3. But again, that was a lot of work that was done ahead of time through that college and career framework, which has helped guide District 158 with our strategic plan for hopefully the next 3 years.
So I've loved hearing your story. Is there anything else that a district should know about what you're doing, working with SchooLinks, anything else?
Really, I've worked with multiple platforms for the college and career platforms. And of all of them, SchooLinks really is the easiest one that I've worked with. The user interface, it is eye-catching, it's appealing, it's easy to navigate. This is what keeps drawing our students and our staff back into the platform to continue to dig in and see what else it can do. So the support from SchooLinks has also been phenomenal. I would like to throw out another big thanks to our implementation manager, Jessica. We'd be lost without her. She's great. If we have a question, the amount of time that it takes her to respond is just she's very quick. Be able to give us the answers that we need. Any sort of help we need with importing documents and forms has just been very easy. So thank you to Jessica for all her help and the entire SchooLinks team. But I can honestly say that of all the platforms I've worked in and various ones that were looked at last year, that this is truly the best platform that I've ever used for college and career readiness. And we are excited to expand our reach with the platform going into next year.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your story, and we really appreciate partnering with you and seeing all the great work that Huntley is doing, not only with SchooLinks, but just in general, all the great things that are happening with your district. And I look forward to catching up with you in a year to hear, how it's all going.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it as well.